another beautiful day in Indianapolis. I don't know what we did to get this weather, but we need to keep doing it because it's awesome. Squirrel! And he's just hanging out too. Hello, Mr. Squirrel. Care less that I'm walking up on you right now. Oh, there you go. Crazy squirrels. Anywho, I am currently walking through Military Park, which sits in between the campus of IUPUI and the Indiana State Museum, because I am on my way to the convention center. It is the first day of the first ever Indy Pop Con. It is almost 11 o'clock. Doors have been open since 10. Con doesn't actually start until noon. So I figured there may be a rush to get badges and stuff right at 10. So I did some work, kind of hung out, made some moolah, and now I'm making my way over to get my badge and join the throngs of people that will be waiting for the doors to open in about an hour. So today the plan is to get Sylvester McCoy's autograph. We shall see. Like I said, it starts at noon. I think Sylvester's got a photo session at like 1:30, 1:45-ish, I think. So I'm assuming he's to sign autographs up until right before that, then do the photos and come back. So we'll just kind of play it by ear on how busy it is. I've got all day, really, and tomorrow and Sunday, but I'm trying to pace myself out. Try to get his autograph today. Tomorrow's his panel. Sunday I have my reservation to get my photo with him. So we shall see what happens. And we're off. Well, that looks comfy. Hi. Hi. Hello. Okay. You probably want that. Okay. Yes. Yes, you do. Hello, Mr. McCoy.
Hello. So you want me to sign here?
I like doing this for authenticity purposes, just in case there's any question of...
To reach.
Yes. How are you, sir?
Oh, awesome.
Brian, we need our cue.
Did you have a nice trip here?
Yes, I came over.
Got her receipt.
Yeah, he's got theirs in the store.
Not last weekend, the weekend.
I've got the money.
The middle of the week.
And there's no selfie also.
To Houston.
Yes.
I've got the cash.
And I came up from Houston on Thursday.
Okay, great.
As long as you had a good trip.
There we go.
I'm very happy to meet you because aside from Tom, I now have met all of the classic doctors.
Oh, brilliant.
So, other than Tom, you're it. So I was lucky enough to meet Peter, Colin, and Paul in Chicago last year. So Founders, the famous Jackie Crofts.
How you been?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Are you moving? Is that what's going on? Or maybe.
They set up the row wrong. So,
Oh.
like somehow mine is the only option of like moving down to the end. I don't really like know why.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I guess. Maybe.
I guess I'll move if I have to, but
Yeah.
somebody else is going to be picking up the whole table. I'm not picking up all of my, like, I've got these like plastic crappy tablecloths taped down to this table, and they're like one-time use only, so if I pull them up, they're just gonna like rip into pieces.
So this is it. This is issue 1?
Yes.
Very cool. I've seen all of your posts and everything on Facebook about it, but just haven't had really a chance to look into it though. That's very cool. So.
I'm one of the professors on the tech side of the game, so I'm the one that was in charge of the programming, some of the tech and the TV. Well, I didn't make the TV, actually. That was Kurt up and over there.
That was good.
But making the software that went on to the TV, and then Matt This is Matt Powers.
Matthew Powers.
I helped a little.
Whatever.
Nice to meet you.
I handed him a few
I
bowls.
just painted this one.
Yeah.
Go ahead and talk about your side.
Well, I was saying, I'm the right hemisphere, guys. I mean, who here has actually wanted to make a video game or some kind of game or something like that? Okay, who here has actually made one before? Okay, very good. Okay, good. Yeah, Michael, you don't have. Anyway, yeah, you do, you're doing great. Anyway, no, and the thing I want to add to Todd's thing is that, yeah, the whole reason we're here and doing stuff, I mean, has anybody seen the game that we've made? Has anybody seen that one? A few of you? Okay. No? Hardy will get you back on it. So the thing that we have, I just want to describe some philosophy. First off, I've been a teacher at IUPUI for 7 years now in game design and sequential narrative. And my real solid philosophy is trying to get stuff out of the classroom. Because when I was in school, it was always just do a project, people grade it, and then you get to take it home with you. The thing is, the reason I was in school was because I was an artist and a game designer, and a mini programmer, Todd, but I got enough to be dangerous and break things. But the thing was, I wanted to get it out there. I wanted to show people my game. So what we have, the philosophy at IUPUI, especially in Media Arts and Sciences, we want to make projects that get to live and breathe and carry on, which is what you see right here. And one thing I'm just going to brag on my students, it's amazing that we've, over the last 2 years, been able to bring programmers, designers, 3D artists, you know, every little sound, media, all this stuff, production, project managerial, we're all together to one total thing. And yes, it's been moving cats, but the thing is, it's that amazing thing. The great thing about college is that it's kind of like the batter's box of life. You can get in there and you can suck a little bit. I tell everybody to get the suck out while you're in college. I know that sounds inappropriate, but it's really true. You get the suck out in college, then you don't have to suck later. You know, I'm sorry if that's inappropriate. But I mean, the thing is that really, it's a chance for you to learn the mistakes, to work with people, so that by the time you get through it, you're like a sword on an anvil. You've really been sharpened and really progressed to within the industry. Because I look at students all the time, they want to get their work out there, and then I talk to game design people. And I say, our game companies, go, what do people need to have? And they say, the one thing is they have to have a completed game. They have to have something. They have to have one level, one little game, one app, something. And also they have to be willing to work in a team. Because in college, it's very easy to, you know, just work by yourself, a lone wolf. And that's great, that's good for you. But when you get the rewards, you got to learn how to interact. And I'm sorry, in the game world, we got a lot of eccentric people. And a lot of personalities and a lot of full range of things, and you got to go and work with it. So the point of all this is to like show you what we do, what's going on, and if you haven't had a chance, go see the game. It's free, and like I said, hella prices.
At least the Cybermen can go up the stairs.
Cybermen are we? Yeah, but they can go upstairs.
And they can take tight corners.
We are
Not really.
supreme. We are supreme. Face me, Cyberman.
How about you just turn and face him?
Stop being the pest that you are. Exterminate.
They're all there. I haven't got them off.
Take that, Cyberman.
You can look at her.
So are you singing the jingle like a good neighbor? Bumblebee is there.
Like a good bumblebee. Like a good transformer.
Or Bumblebee is there.
Who wants to see me jump off the stage? So, I don't normally do this, but how many people down there want to ask the joke real quick?
I did that one time, right?
Everybody raise your hand! Who's the most unprepared to ask me a question? You, in the green. Yes, you. What's your question? No, her. do I love Harley. You see, when a mommy and a daddy love each other, no, not that. This is not one of those type of relationships. I do not like Harley. Next question. Make this question not suck. You? Yeah, I love your dress. Of where? Is that from that dumb franchise called Stockholm or something like that? You? What's my what? My trickster? Next question. You? Yes, I am handsome. You? Yes? What? Join the Homestuck Army? I have a better idea. I love all of you guys' complexions. It's a very pale, very theatrical. Who here wants to be a nephew or niece of the Joker? All of you are now everybody, you know, whenever somebody's adopted by an uncle, you know, they do that old family thing, what's it called? Praise and worship! I demand all of you to praise and worship the Joker! Yes, grovel! Grovel to your knees in this lounge of crime! Get down!
Come here, Al. All the way over there.
Lay down.
Everybody play dead. Come on.
Dead people don't move.
Get down.
Get down.
That's going to be a better thing. Play dead. I feel pretty. So very pretty. I feel pretty and witty and white. Wearing the state Indiana shirt.
And I pity all the people who worship. Yep. All right, got it. You should have a gun.
But sometimes I know better than they do too. You know what I mean? But that was a case where it worked out in a really positive way, even though at first I was like, I don't want people laughing at my hair, you know, but it worked out this time.
My second question is, what is your favorite scene to film in Firefly? Just your favorite scene.
This is not a cop-out. My favorite scene is whichever one I was shooting.
Sylvester, here is your microphone.
Thank you.
And we're going to just chat for a minute. And I want to thank you for being here at Indy Pop Con.
Thank you. I thanking you, thanking me, thanking you.
I actually have that exact hat at home, so you...
No, this is your hat. I just went home and I just broke in and it's I thought, I like that hat.
That doesn't make me feel any better.
About that. I tried to keep it alive. Sophie and I tried to keep it alive by doing audios and piloted videos of Doctor Who and all that kind of stuff. We wanted to keep it going. And then eventually when it came back, brilliant. But what was really doubly brilliant is that a whole new young generation are actually going back in time, traveling back through VCRs and DVDs and goodness knows what else technology, and discovering the old Doctors. And so now to meet young people who say, oh, I love Doctor Who and I like you and that's great, and I just find that really terrific and very exciting. There's a young person over here. Stand on that, that's really good. Okay, that's not here. No, what are you doing? Alright, is that your microphone? Don't worry about it.
Do you think Radagast Brown would be better off with the staff or Song Screwdriver?
Well, the thing is, I never had a sonic screwdriver. Yes, no, I never had him. He was sweeping backwards. You can come to me if you want. You can follow me around. Come on. Well, anyway, I never had a sonic screwdriver. So the producer, I think rightly so, thought it'd be a really good idea not to have one, because then it made it more difficult for the writers to get the doctor out of, danger. And so that would be, there you are. Anyway, so it would be, really difficult for them to get them out of danger. And therefore they'd have to use their imagination, because it's too easy with the sonic screwdriver for the writer to say, oh, he pulls out his sonic screwdriver, and away he goes. This time I'm going to stand in the box.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been your evening with Sylvester McCoy. Now, are you here tomorrow as well?
Yes, I'm here tomorrow. I just looked at my stick. Sorry, musical instrument. I'm here tomorrow. Yes, I'm here tomorrow, so come around and visit.
He's got a booth. Do you know what booth number? Is it really booth number 1? Booth number 1. Go by, get some awesome signed, autographed pictures. And meet Sylvester McCoy. I think that was a great panel. Don't you guys think so?
Wake me up before you go. Don't leave me hanging on the line with yo-yo. Wake me up before you go. I don't want to miss it when you hit that high.
Thank all you folks for coming. My wife and I have had an absolutely incredible, great time blast meeting you all here at Indianapolis Indy Pop. It's been a lot of fun. It's like coming out on our 30th anniversary year. We tried to go places that we hadn't been before, because we miss getting out to different parts of the country and meeting the real fans, the hardcore fans. So it's an honor to be here. Do you want to say anything else?
Yeah, I do. First of all, Kevin, his wife Courtney is back there running the multimedia. Courtney, can you wave at everybody? Absolute proof.
She's working on her queen waves.
Absolute proof that geek guys can get the beautiful girl.
It's the hair. It's the hair.
And wait, but look at this. Look at him, look at her. Isn't it Leonard and Penny?
Absolutely.
Isn't that awesome? All right, Kevin, so I do have one question to get us started. 30 years ago, this month, you guys created these silly turtles. Did you have any idea at the time that it was going to blow up and become what it has?
Not even in our wildest dreams, not even in our wildest dreams. I mean, Peter and I grew up as, and I'll tell you the story in a minute, but Peter and I grew up as huge comic book fans. All we wanted to do, to our parents' chagrin, was to draw comic books for a living. I think they honestly thought they'd never get us out of the basement. So when we created the Turtles, we were absolutely positive nobody would buy one single issue of the comic book. And to be here, 30 years later, still talking about Turtles, talking about the new cartoon show, the movie, the IDW series, it's beyond a dream come true, and it's all your fault.
My question is, well, first of all, everyone knows the personalities of Ninja Turtles: the leader, the badass Mario, and the nerd Donatello, and the derpy little brother Michelangelo. But my question is, where'd you get the personalities of the Turtles, and how'd you know to find the right voice actors for them?
Boy, that was much like the first Turtle cartoon theme song was just like, you should never know until it's right till you hear it. And when we were working on the voices, it was the same thing. We sort of searched around a while. It was sort of like you almost had to close your eyes and listen to it, because the characters were so well developed in our heads, but they were based on friends and family. And Donatello, Pete Laird is pretty much Donatello. I think I'm Raphael some of those days, and so he's always a character that I gravitated to. A friend of mine that I went to high school with, Steve Levine, was the class clown, the comedian, so I based a lot of Michelangelo on Steve. And Leonardo was a character, so he fit every role model of Captain Kirk or Captain America, or so that role model leader. And as we developed their personalities, it was like feeling around until they were more well established. But yeah, the voices were hard. Even like doing the voices for the new movie was hard to pick the right ones, because again, you can't stray too far off, or we lose the fan base, and we want it to be there. But it's not easy.
Well, you can see with these things. You can
Hack,
see how
put
crappy
Windows
the
8 on
touch
this
is.
computer.
Because you can like see how awful the touch events are sometimes when you have these events.
It is.
It just picks up too many touches every time.
Sometimes like you touch in 16 different places right next to your computer.
It's almost like you have to practice like their gestures to even be able to use it.
Yeah.
I really want to try putting like a touch event thing out on it.
It's cool.
So like take a quarter second before it triggers.
Yeah, it triggers.
I want to get a picture with all you guys like touching the table.
Make sure you're bad for touching the table.
Got it.
Touchy, 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 touchy.
Now it's like
it's like
change the dynamics.
What if you made it so the table wasn't exclusive? What if you made it so that you only have to do like sort of events on like actual activities on the table instead of doing
so about that. You see the there are some really cool things you could do that's exclusive instead of faceted. If you wanted to say you could take an airbrush and make it up spray on it.
Alexandra Kobe. That's really cool. Please remember to get registration.
It's a lot of fun for everybody too. You get to hang out, play video games, meet kids. It's a fun time. It can't be free. That's why it's free. Maybe some expensive these days. That's amazing.
Hey, that guy's playing Galaga. He thought nobody noticed. You ever actually played Galaga?
Oh yeah. I was really, as a kid, thought these were pretty cool. The art on the side.
Yeah. And just like that, the first ever Indy Pop Con is over. And I am tired. As it is anytime you go to a convention. At the very least, you know, your feet are tired and probably your back. In my case, it's my shoulders, especially my left shoulder. I don't know why, because I'm not left-handed. Oh well, whatever. My feet hurt. My feet are tired. And I'm just tired from getting up early every day. Although it was nice, I do have to give them that the Indianapolis is not a bad layout as far as getting to stuff. And I'm very fortunate that I work downtown and my work is literally, I so use that word too much, but I work, I don't know how many official blocks it is, but less than a mile from the convention center. So I was able to park at my work and walk to the convention center. So I didn't have to pay for parking. And the weather was nice, which, you know, like anybody has any control over that. And I'm familiar enough with the area, unlike if I decided to go to someplace like San Diego Comic-Con, or even when I went to Chicago TARDIS, I wasn't familiar with the area like I am with Indianapolis. So, and then the convention itself was really well done. One of the last panels I went to was a Q&A with the guys that organized the con, and both the people in the con and then the con people themselves said that they pretty much had almost nothing but good things to say for this being a first year con. And I'm actually really impressed with how well this was done. I'm not a con veteran by any means. I've been to Gen Con once and I've been to Chicago TARDIS, so that is my experience with conventions. And obviously those are different than this because those are very specific demographic conventions. But for this being a convention that's supposed to cover several demographics as far as fandoms goes, that it went really well. Numbers wise, I thought it was actually a bit empty as far as the number of people go, but according to them, they don't have official attendance numbers yet, but they are estimating that they had as many people at this con as they did at Indy Comic Con earlier this year. And I didn't go to Indy Comic Con, but I know people who did, and what I saw in the news, the Indy Comic Con was a disaster as far as people and crowd control went. I heard stories of people who'd paid for a ticket beforehand, you know, prepaid, they weren't trying to buy at the door, and got turned away because of the sheer number of people that showed up. I don't know how much of the convention center Indy Comic Con used. This particular con did not use nearly as much of the convention center as Gen Con does, and it still did not seem very busy. I don't know if that's the layout, you know, the way they decided to lay things out as far as the vendor booths and the artist alley and the main stage for the panels and then the smaller rooms for panels. I don't know, but I thought it was wonderful. It was never super crowded. I never felt like I didn't have room to maneuver or breathe or find a place to sit and just chill if I wanted to. So we'll see next year if it seems any more crowded. They said that they're planning on being in the exact same space as they were this year. They may expand to one other hall, but only if they have something good to put into that space, something fun and exciting that, you know, you're not going to experience anywhere else. And we'll see, you know, with word of mouth and more advertising and stuff, if that doesn't increase the number of people that show up. The type of people that they get to show up as far as guests may make a difference. There weren't any, at least in my opinion, like big names at this particular convention. I certainly recognized some of the people. Obviously Sylvester McCoy, I knew who he was going into it. But people like Ron Glass, which I didn't watch. I never watched Firefly. Sorry, for all you brown coaters out there. I did not watch Firefly. I know him from his few appearances on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They had the guy that was the original Red Ranger, which unfortunately I do not really remember him. And I watched the Power Rangers, but it's been a while. I remember his predecessor more than him. And then they have people, they had a gal from Battlestar Galactica, I think. And the guy that, some voice actors, the guy that is the voice of Bender on Futurama, which I don't watch that either. Sorry. But I think maybe if they got like a big name, like, you know, if they got like Matt Smith for the Doctor Who fans, that would probably be a draw. You know, somebody from a mainstream movie, like a Tom Hiddleston or Robert Downey Jr. or Chris Hemsworth, that sort of thing, that would probably bring in a lot more people as well. I would like it to see it grow, maybe not necessarily by the number of people, because there are conventions that I will probably never go to just because of the sheer number of people. Like, I will probably never go to San Diego Comic-Con. Very, very unlikely, because it is humongous and it is just so dang crowded that you can't do anything. That's the reason that Chauncey and I have not been to D23 Expo yet. As much as we'd like to, you know, go out to California and go to Disneyland and do D23 Expo and see all that fun stuff, it is just huge. And the stories that I've heard of just the crowd management, even with Disney trying to make tweaks, I just, you know, I know that that's where they make their money. And for that reason, I would like to see PopCon grow a little bit more. But I hope it doesn't get to the point where it is like a San Diego Comic-Con or something like that, because that would just take all the fun out of it, personally. So, we'll see. They are holding it again next year. We know that. You know, as far as guests, who knows this far out. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, I really had a lot of fun. I would have liked to have been able to go to more panels, that sort of thing. Maybe meet a few more celebrities, but time and money, there's never enough in the world of either, really. I really enjoyed just taking time to just sit and chill and people watch. I would have liked to have gotten maybe more footage of stuff, but I was just having more fun just kind of chilling and talking to people, and you know, pulling out the camera and saying, hey, do you mind if I put this in your face and record you for my YouTube channel? It's just, you know, it kind of ruins the moment, I think, if you're having a nice conversation with someone. So I just kind of enjoyed, you know, each of the conversations I had with attendees and vendors. I talked to some really cool people that were vendors there, artists, that sort of thing. I picked up some cool artwork and some comics, which I'm not really a comic person, but you know, I'm always willing to shell out, you know, a couple bucks here and there for, you know, an upcoming comic artist. You never know. Those may be worth a lot of money someday, or they'll just collect dust. Who knows? Picked up a lot of business cards. Even if I didn't pick up any merchandise, I picked up business cards. But yeah, I'll share my purchases and that sort of thing in a different video, because I don't have all that stuff with me at the moment. I'd come home after each day and dump that stuff so that my backpack was not getting too full, because carrying around what I had was kind of a pain to begin with. Literally, oh god, my shoulder hurts. So that's about it, I think, for PopCon. So if you guys have any questions or anything about this particular convention, you know, feel free to hit me up. All the deets are in the doobly-doo thingy-bob pants info box thingamajigger, and I'll try to answer them as best as possible. I'll also put information for the con itself and you know, like the link to the website and their email and that sort of thing. So if you have questions I can't answer them, hit them up and they can. The two guys, there were three guys on the panel, but one of them was the guy that that was the moderator for most of the main stage panels. But the other two guys, which were some of the top brass that helped put this convention together, they seem like really nice guys. They really seem to care about what people had to say as far as questions, concerns, criticism, that sort of thing. So if you have any questions about the convention, hit them up, and they will get to you as soon as they can and answer those questions. And like I said, I think that's about it. Stay tuned for my, I guess, con haul, if you want to call that. Con swag. No, it's not swag because I paid for it. It's not swag. But con stuff haul, con convention haul, and I think it's gonna rain. It's thundering outside, so I'm gonna go now. Alrighty, I will see you guys next time. Alright,